I want to start by thanking Hourglass for all the work they do in seeking to end the harm, abuse and exploitation of older people across the United Kingdom. The measures which Hourglass have introduced to support older victims, including their 24-hour helpline, SMS messaging service and specialist independent domestic violence advisors, all provide a vital lifeline for older people experiencing abuse and neglect. Safer Ageing Week is such an important opportunity to raise public awareness of the often hidden abuse which older people are exposed to, and to ensure older victims who need support know where to access it. I want to take this opportunity to explain how the Victims and Prisoners Bill, introduced to Parliament this year, will help older victims of crime. It contains measures to improve victims' experiences of the criminal justice system and support to help them cope and recover from the impacts of crime. This bill will place the principles of the Victims Code, which sets out the minimum standard of service that victims of crime should expect, into law, and require criminal justice bodies to promote awareness of it. The Code makes clear that victims have a right to understand and, crucially, to be understood. For older victims, this may mean that they could choose to receive a letter or telephone call, for example, from their victim liaison officer rather than an email. The bill also requires criminal justice bodies and police and crime commissioners to review local compliance with the Victims Code. Alongside national oversight of the local data collected, we can drive improvements to create a justice system genuinely responsive to every victim's needs. The bill will also give ministers the power to direct inspections on victims' experiences and require inspectorates to consult the Victims Commissioner on their inspection plans. It will also require the Victims Commissioner to lay their report in Parliament, as well as simplifying the complaints process. Taken together, these measures will strengthen transparency and oversight of how criminal justice bodies treat victims, including older victims. In addition, the bill will put a duty on police and crime commissioners, local authorities and local health boards to work together when commissioning support services for victims of sexual abuse, domestic violence and other serious violence. What this means is that commissioners must consider the specific needs of victims with protected characteristics, including importantly older victims, and develop a strategy for joined up and targeted support services. We will continue to work closely with Hourglass and others to make sure commissioners have what they need to consider how to best serve elderly victims. Together with multi-year funding, a minimum of £460 million over the 3 years to March 2025, commissioners will be better able to build a consistent and resilient network of support services in their local area. The government has also committed up to £6 million for specialist by and for services for this year and next, as part of our commitment to tackling violence against women and girls. That includes funding services like Hourglass to support older victims of abuse. And finally, we will publish guidance about the roles of independent sexual violence advisors and independent domestic violence advisors. I recently read about some specialist IDVAs for older people in Sussex, one of whom was instrumental in supporting a 76-year-old man in an abusive relationship to understand his options and, through the court process, to obtain an injunction, as well as liaising with other services to find him suitable accommodation. The guidance and our £1.2 million training fund that we've just launched for advisors will increase awareness and consistency of these roles, with information included on how support should be tailored for victims. The government is also using additional ring-fenced funding to increase the number of advisors by 300 to over 1,000 by 2024-2025, a 43% increase over this spending review period. I'm so grateful for the work that Hourglass do to tackle harm, abuse and exploitation of older people in the UK, whether that be physical, psychological or financial. It is all too often hidden, which makes raising awareness all the more important. The Victims and Prisoners Bill is a crucial piece of legislation, one that will help ensure older victims receive the support they need and the support they deserve. Thank you very much.